r/AskReddit by Redmond Dts. What is a basic computer skill you were shocked some people don't have? Not knowing what double click means. Click. 3 seconds later. Click. My mom is the opposite. Double clicks every single thing. She can at least navigate a PC. The worst part, however, is she has her entire desktop full of icons. It gives my fiance a panic attack looking at it. Reading. As a tech supporter, I get the stupidest questions. Client. There is a prompt here that says your computer needs to reboot to finish installing updates. Click here to restart. What does that mean? Me. It means your computer installed updates and needs to reboot. How do I do that? Click on the prompt to restart. My college roommate didn't know he could change his desktop background. He was blown away and went to show it to one of our other friends, who was also blown away because she didn't know you could change the background. You'd be surprised how many folk don't know what to type into search engines to find what they're looking for. Shape recognition. Does the end of the cable look like the hole in the machine? It's amazing how many people can't figure that out at work. I had to cut off some of the pins to make it fit. Been working in IT long enough to where people not having basic computer skills doesn't shock me anymore. But still, how do people never figure out that you can search for programs in the start menu? My Outlook is gone. Hits start and types Outlook. Oh, there it is. How'd you find it? Reading. You don't know how many family members have asked me to come help them because something popped up. Why is it popped up? Box says update will happen tonight. Me. There is an update coming. Nothing to worry about. Oh wow, I'm so bad with this, I wish I understood it like you. It's in plain English. Just read the screen, goddammit. How to close a freaking browser. I had a colleague who complained about her computer being slow after lunch. Took a look, and it turns out she was using minimize instead of close after reading emails. Had over 200 emails open. People often forget they can Google stuff instead of posting questions on social media. Edit. Pertaining to questions not requiring personal experience or perspective. For example, what are the colors of the rainbow? How many months are there in a year? Those type of questions. How to open Task Manager when everything is freezing and force quit programs. Control-Alt-Delete was one of the first things my mom taught me on our home computer back in '95. I'm not actually surprised that people don't know how to use Shift, Tab, and Enter keystrokes to navigate, especially when the mouse is absent. But it's one of those skills that just makes using a computer easier. Control-Shift-Escape opens the Task Manager directly. Saves you a step. Oh. Thanks for the tip. These aren't necessarily skills and more related to hardware, but these things annoy me. Calling desktop cabinets CPUs. Assuming all desktops have speakers and Wi-Fi. Assuming all monitors have webcams. This is a skill. Switching off the desktop instead of the monitor when you're asked to switch off the monitor. Not knowing the difference between monitors and the computer itself. Not recognizing a scam email when it's really obvious. I'm in my 40s. I teach at a private elementary school. A teacher in her late 20s shared a Google Doc with me, and she had centered the title by hitting spacebar a bunch of times. Another teacher, around my age, wanted to know why Google Docs would not translate her document into Spanish. It was a JPEG with text on it. No one seems to know any keyboard shortcuts. Grew up in the late 90s 2000s. Here is a list of knowledge I was called a tech genius for understanding back then. Using Control-Alt-Delete to access the Task Manager screen and stop a process. Restarting a computer if stopping a process didn't work. Knowing how to access BIOS. Using dig. Sorry Reddit lol. Typing over 20 words per minute. Finding information on Google. Opening a PDF. People are mostly better now. but I still had to show a coworker how to end a process in Task Manager last year. I teach 16-19-year-olds and, no exaggeration, none of them know how to properly shut down a PC or laptop. They just press the power button for 3 seconds until it turns off. Then they bitch and moan that they run slow or take ages to load up. Gee, I wonder why. A $1,000 medical diagnose monitor was flickering. I asked, why are you using this monitor like this? They said engineers couldn't fix it. I changed the refresh rate from 60 to 100. I never forget their face. It's interesting. Things have flipped. In the 90s, the joke was ask your kid to fix the computer. And oftentimes it was true. It sorta made sense that Lex in Jurassic Park knew more about computers than any of the adults. If you wanted to play the latest games, you had to know basic command prompts in DOS, and be able to configure drivers. You had to have some idea of what was happening on the back end, or no Duke Nukem for you. And if you had a social life in high school, in the mid to late 90s, you probably had an AOL account and knew where to find basic stuff on the internet. The internet was also super helpful for homework and other stuff, and slowly became a key tool in your daily life. Your dad meanwhile was given a PC at work and was mostly just annoyed to have to deal with new stuff. So when something went wrong, he had no idea what was happening, but you did. Now that we millennials and zennials have kids of our own, we're dumbfounded to find that our kids have roughly the same computer literacy as our 87-year-old grandma. And that's because everything is easy on an iPad. All you do is click a big button and you get all the games or cartoons you need. No fiddling with DOS or drivers, it all just works. And the kids understand how it all works in the background about as well as I understand how my microwave works. That is, not at all. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.